What is going on, everybody? My name is Earl here. What I have here is a $10.50 MacBook. This is a $10 MacBook. If it does start, I would actually be really happy because this is one of my favorite MacBooks of all time. Here comes my trusty knife. Okay, some solid packaging, nothing on the box. Here is the MacBook. Let's see what I can get out of this $10 I've spent. So, oh, I also hit my monitor. That's not good. That charger alone is $10. I think I made my money up already. It looks like the tip is in good shape, but not the end of it. And finally, here comes one of my favorite MacBooks of all time. This is the white MacBook Unibody. It looks like this is really properly taken care of because it has some... Are those hair? Oh my goodness. That's hair. Oh God. This is the best I can do. Plastic gloves. It is what it is. That is quite disgusting. We're gonna go ahead and take the case off because there's no way I'm starting this video off with any diseases. It's very hard to take off. It looks like it hasn't been taken off in over a decade or something. Damn. Looks like the case has left a lot of blemishes on the plastic, which is not fantastic, but not the worst thing in the world. Here comes the worst thing in the world. I'm gonna actually seriously vomit. Oh my goodness, that is horrible. Holy shit. What the f... Something tells me this might be liquid damage or something. Oh God, it's nasty. My goodness. It's definitely a lot better, but because how easy it is to scratch a plastic, this polycarbonate MacBook did not held up so well. There's a lot of fine scratches over here. The bottom seems to be in relatively good shape. Okay, so what I have here is an 85-watt MagSafe charger. Let's see if this thing actually boots up. If not, this is completely dead. And looks like we have a green power light here. Should we attempt to press the button? Oh, it does. Look at that. Whoa. We got some information here. I think we're gonna have to get this out. It just randomly booted up without passwords, without anything to protect the previous owner's information, which is not good because that means this previous owner is somewhat careless. If this ever falls into the wrong hands, that is not a very good idea. You guys should never, ever, if you guys ever planning on selling a computer, leave your stuff here. It's very easy to format the computer. You know, this is really one of the biggest examples I've ever seen because there's so many pictures here, videos, and honestly it's kind of funny because there's so many downloaded MP3 converted songs here from the 2016-2017 era, which is back in high school for me, and I did look them up because their information, their contacts, everything is here. I believe this computer was just upgraded at some point because I don't think it was usable for them. Looking at the date here from the time, it says June 19th, 2020. Because this has a dead battery, I don't think it really counted the days that were missed out. As well as looking at the date on the search history here, you can see that it was last used around June 19, 2020. That's almost 4 years ago. It's kind of, I would say, eerie and interesting in a way that 2020 was back when it was COVID, and a lot of these histories right here basically about looking for jobs. At the time, that's very hard. The owner pretty much left all of these, and it's kind of funny because the Adobe Cloud is here, like After Effects. What are you gonna do with a Core 2 Duo using After Effects? Now, unscrewing this unibody polycarbonate plastic MacBook is very simple and honestly very similar to the aluminum MacBook Pro 13-inch. I am quite nervous to see how dirty this is on the inside considering how dirty it is on the outside. You guys are gonna see this for the first time with me. Okay, that is not as bad as I thought it would be. Like, considering how dirty the MacBook on the outside is, this is not too shabby. Now, first things first, we're gonna go ahead and unplug these 1GB sticks right here. Unfortunately, these 1GB RAM sticks just really are not usable in today's world. So we're gonna have to either put this into e-waste or save it for a rainy day. I have a gazillion of these. You wanna be careful with these cables because they are very fragile depending on which MacBook you're getting. A lot of the times they can snap off. Look at that. I literally just broke something. That's exactly what I was just talking about. Here we go. So it looks like I can technically put this back on. The prongs on the edges are not really broken, so I might be able to work this out. We have encountered another problem. It looks like this screw has completely stripped off. We have two options: try to take it off or drill it out. Here we go. I got it out. Check that out. Time to see how dirty this is. Oh my goodness. This is the fan right here. As you can see, it is absolutely kicking dust. That is what you call a heat sink filled with dust, dead skin, whatever. Absolutely 100% disgusting. We can finally take this out. Oh man, that is really bad. I've officially cleaned the logic board itself. I do have to replace the thermal paste, and I also did do some brushing and scrubbing for the fan right here. All right, here we go. Let's see how bad this is. It's not too shabby, but it definitely is in need of a thermal paste replacement. Now I have successfully taken off the old thermal paste. As you can see, it is as hard as a rock. Remember that little black harness ripping off situation earlier? I managed to plug it in without having to use this black harness right here. Now I got two 2GB sticks here, 4GB total. Don't really need anything more than that for these machines of this age. Obviously for web browsing, you're probably gonna need 8 at least. Fun fact, this computer can actually go up to 16GB of memory. Put the cover back on. Plugging in my 85-watt power adapter. Alright, so we have successfully booted up to High Sierra, and we have the upgraded 2GB more of RAM, so we have 4GB total. This is still running the original hard drive, but I think what surprises me the most was the fact that the battery has woken up and it seems like it's in normal condition. So if I go to power here, it's got about 900 cycles. It's saying that we got a normal condition battery. I can definitely hear the fan spinning. It was installing an update earlier. Oh, okay, it works. Look at that. That's very smooth. What can we do with this game? I really don't know. Palm tree. Oh, I get it. This game is like a zoo type of thing. We have more horses. Okay. I'm done with this game. Finally, we can try After Effects here. This actually boots up on After Effects. I would generally be surprised. This computer does not meet the requirement even back in 2017. Whatever gears was used, because that is very intensive. As you can see, very long time. This is the last thing I'm doing before everything, and we're gonna see what we can do there. And come on, you got this. Oh, it's actually loading. It's loading, guys. It is loading After Effects. Very slowly. I can't believe I'm using After Effects. With 2 GB of RAM. This will have 4 GB that I put in this computer right now. Made a big difference. Oh, finally it has booted. Yeah. Well, that terrible bombshell. Time to reformat this computer because all these files in this computer does not belong to me. It's not showing any. There you go. They got me worried for a bit. And it's EFI locked. So what I have to do is shut this thing off because of the EFI lock. I'm hoping this is not stolen. So bypassing the EFI lock before the year 2011 for MacBooks is very easy. All right, now that we have opened the MacBook, first things first, we need to remove the battery and then remove one of the RAMs. So I'll take out one RAM here. We're gonna do Command Option PR. All right. We should be able to now bypass the EFI lock because we have cleared the RAM. So we can finally install Sierra. Look at that. We have successfully booted up to Sierra, not High Sierra, but just Sierra. Should be pretty easy. Just restore, Macintosh, HD, and then we click erase. Now, Carbon Copy Cloner has been one of the best software for cloning drives and just the ease of use. All we have to do now is just click the internal hard drive and click clone, and we should be good to go once this is finished. So I've successfully installed macOS Sierra. Everything seems to be in working order here, and it looks like we're almost fully charged. We just need to connect to the internet and pretty much we can start web browsing. Now I do have a couple of apps installed here already. like the Google Chrome right here, which we are going to be using. To get future Google Chrome updates, you'll need to install macOS 13 or later. Well, too bad. And you can see it's loading pretty smooth. It's very fast, pretty decent, even on macOS Sierra, which isn't really the latest. It comes with the original 2 gigabytes of RAM and 250 gig. That 2 gigabyte of RAM just really is not enough for today's world. So this is very smooth. I can pinch in, pinch out, pinch in. You know, it's very responsive. And if you go to YouTube right now, see if we can play one of my videos, which is in 4K. Let's watch my $3 MacBook. I'm gonna go ahead and put this to 1080p first before we go to 4K. You can see 1080p on this computer is doable. Let's go ahead and go to, let's see here, 1440p. Looks like it's loading pretty fine. 1440p, a little bit of frame drops once I start using the UI again. And yeah, there you go. Let's try the big 4K here. Let's see if they can really load 4K. We'll give it a head start. We're gonna go ahead and pause this video, let it load for a bit. Yeah, okay. So it can't do 4K. You can play, but lots of frame drops here and there, as you can see here. That's very much understandable. And honestly, because this is only a 1280 by 800 display, technically you don't really even need anything more than 720p playback on a YouTube video or a movie. Looks like it's glitching out. Very interesting. Looks like it's loading the Apple website fine. There is some delay when I scroll up and down. There are a couple of choppy frames, so as you can see, it's not really the smoothest thing in the world, but again, very usable. In conclusion, I think this computer in 2024 is plenty usable. Just like the 2009 15-inch MacBook I reviewed, this is also pretty decent. It does need a lot of things to speed things up and catch up with 2024, like a SSD or 8 gigabytes of RAM. If you already have a computer like this laying around, want to give it a second chance, it's honestly a very cost-effective way to just do the SSD, because if you already have 4 gigabytes of RAM and just do very basic stuff, it's not a problem. You can definitely even use the FaceTime camera, you can even use this and that, or even Word documents if you want. The best part about this MacBook, in my opinion, has to be the design itself. I mean, look at this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off right now. This design really, in my opinion, is one of my favorites. It's a cool retro piece. It reminds me of a combination between the early 2000s Steve Jobs era, the 2010s combined into one computer. I mean, look at this. Who's in the right mind would put full-on rubber bottom? Only Apple would. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I think that's gonna do it for this video. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Now, if you guys didn't believe me that I got this MacBook for $10.50, here's the listing right here.